Hello, nice of you to join us on Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu. Today we'll be focusing on the southeastern region of the country. But before we get into that, let's have a look at the top stories making rounds at the moment. Rescue operations are still ongoing at the building which collapsed in Jegede Oluloyo, Onara local government area in Ibadan. A statement issued by the special advisor on media to the Oyo State Governor, Mr. Sulaiman Olarinwaju, says the state government will investigate the tragedy and prevent a future occurrence. The statement adds that while mourning the death of the victims in the unfortunate incident, Governor Makinde described the building collapse as an avoidable tragedy, praying to God to console the families of the deceased. 10 people were confirmed dead, while 8 are receiving treatment at hospitals within the state. About 67 minors of the 75 arraigned suspected nationwide protesters have been granted bail to the tune of 10 million naira each by Justice Obiora Egwatu of the Federal High Court Abuja. Those granted bail who are below 15 years are expected to present one surety who must be a civil servant. Meanwhile, some of the suspected protesters brought by the Nigerian police for arraignment fainted at the Federal High Court in Abuja. The suspects between the ages of 12 to 15 are being charged with 10 counts of terrorism, an attempt to overthrow the government, and an alleged mutiny over their participation in the nationwide protest. They were allegedly arrested on August 3rd and had since been in detention before today. The case before the court was for arraignment and plea when some of the suspects fainted, which made Justice Egwatu rise abruptly before coming back to some of the suspects' bail. We start off in Anambra State, where the public-private community partnership initiative of the Soludo administration is working. And this time, Professor Chukwuma Soludo is in Akpo community in Agwata local government area of Anambra State to commission projects undertaken by the community. Speaking during the commissioning events, Governor Chukwuma Soludo extols Akpo people for putting their personal resources into health and road infrastructure, among other projects, and urges them to keep up the tempo, adding that his government will complement every of their efforts.
Thank you.
It is joy and excitement for the people of Akpo town in Agwa-Tiger as they welcome Governor Chukwuma Soludo to commission a state-of-the-art hospital and several other projects built through community efforts.
To the glory of God, and we thank and celebrate the people of Akpo with us in Jesus' name.
Next is the road project spanning several kilometers, also built by the community. The governor celebrates Akpo community for its commitment to the PPCP initiative and assures them of the continuous support of the government.
That the government is with them, and the government will do its utmost part to God's glory and to the celebration of partnership and commitment of the people of Akpo, who commend this road to the glory of God.
Community members hail the governor for all he's been doing as they gather for a brief interaction. While the local government mayor expresses joy over the day's event, the President General of the community commends the governor's transformational leadership and appeals for an intervention on the Amesi Akpo Ogboji Road that's in a deplorable condition.
Akpo is one of the communities that brought your initiative of public-private community partnership. They keyed into it and are showing us the best way to do it. Today, we thank God that Akpo came together to express that there is strength in unity, and it shows that your initiative is possible.
Road construction and rehabilitation covering urban and rural areas of Anambra State have brought healing and pride in the Anambra. The major link road, which is Amezi Akpo Ogboji, as well as Mbaroye Akpo Nachina, Akpo Mbolog Road, connecting these communities are in the most deplorable condition and have become impassable. Besides giving access to these numerous surrounding communities, these roads constitute the most direct and fastest access to the agricultural centers in Orumba.
The governor is presented with a plaque of support for another term of service.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Noting their demand, the governor gives them assurance, having conferred with the Commissioner for Works, that the 7.1-kilometer road with a bridge, which has been like a big bone in their throats, will be fixed as the contract will be awarded by the end of November this year.
Akpo, this is a deal today. We will reach a deal today. I came here with the Commissioner for Works. I saw that road. I saw it. Where's the Commissioner? Akpo, be fruitful. Nurture. Be the greatest. I have conferred, and what I will tell Akpo today is that before the end of next month, we will award the contract for that road.
The announcement is a huge one, as excited women, youths and men clap and jump and shout for joy. Governor Soludo then heads to Equilobia to inspect a stadium project.
We move over to Enugu State, where the governor, Mr. Peter Mba, has flagged off the construction of multiple road projects totaling 78.85 kilometers in Nkanu East and Nkanu West local government areas of the state. Speaking at the ceremony in both local government areas, the governor stated that all the roads will be completed within 5 months before the rainy season. Meanwhile, the member representing both local government areas in the federal constituency has promised to light up the entire roads with solar-powered streetlights as his contribution to the development of the area.
And to the glory of God.
The governor of Enugu State, Mr. Peter Mba, has officially flagged off road constructions in Nkanu West and Nkanu East local government areas, both totaling 78.8 kilometers. He assures the people that there will be no delay because of the rains, promising that the roads will be completed in 5 months.
And our expectation is that by March next year, we'll return here to cut the ribbon, to commission this road for our people to use. We also want to assure you that we are not in the business of abandoned projects.
There's a lot to process as the clock counts down. The project and development implementation team points out the peculiarity of the soil, but the plan is to make things work.
We've taken a lot of construction innovation to meet that challenge. A lot of soil stabilization will be adopted, sand cement stabilization, and use of stone boulders to stabilize the earth, because the strength of the road lies beneath. The asphalt is just a finished product, just make it smooth.
There's more good news as the member representing Nkanu East and West at the House of Representatives announces that it will light up the entire stretch of the road with solar-powered lights to guarantee visibility and security.
We have seen all the roads we are doing in Nkanu East and West. But I'm standing here to tell you that any asphalt road you do, whether 100 kilometers, 150 kilometers, I will put solar light on the road.
For Governor Peter Mba, the reason behind the choice of these stretch of roads is to connect both local governments and create a bypass to neighboring states.
It's going to connect Nkanu East to the West seamlessly. The roads we're doing in Nkanu East will link us to Mpo. It will link us to Nnewe. And then, of course, if we are traveling and we want to go to maybe other states and the express road is blocked, we would have no reason to panic because there will be alternative routes.
This will be the first time that some of the roads will be receiving government attention as the people also pledge their support towards achieving the deadline for the completion of the project.
We move over to Abia State, where the governor, Dr. Alex Oti, has admonished women judges in the country to identify practices and obstacles hindering women's advancement in the legal profession. Speaking at the Southeast Zonal Workshop of the National Association of Women Judges, Nigeria, held in Umuahia, Dr. Alex Oti said Nigeria must begin the journey towards building a legal system that encourages young women to dream big.
It's an assembly of major players in the legal profession in Nigeria gathering in Umuahia, the Abia State capital. They are here for a workshop aimed at enhancing the lives of young female lawyers, and the highest-ranking judicial officer in the country, Honorable Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, is here, alongside other respected figures, including the host governor, Dr. Alex Soti, the Chief Judge of Abia State, Justice Lillian Abai, and her colleagues from Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo states. The event, themed Breaking Leadership Barriers for Women in the Legal Profession, is declared open by Governor Oti, who pledges Abia State's full support for women judges.
The theme of this workshop, Breaking Leadership Barriers for Women in the Legal Profession, invites us to come together and shatter the glass ceilings that limit the ascendancy of the women in leadership positions in the legal profession in our country. I can make bold to say that we have a golden opportunity to look into the entire architecture of the legal system in the country and identify policies, practices, and conventions that, even when well-intentioned, can become very strong obstacles to the rise of women.
Justice Kudirat Kekereekun's recent elevation to the position of Chief Justice of Nigeria seems to fit in perfectly with the timing of this event, as she encourages women judges to explore strategies to overcome barriers and shatter the stereotypes.
In order to positively impact policy making as it affects women in the legal profession, not only in Nigeria but globally. Key points of discussion centered on mentoring, self-development, policy, work-life balance, and dismantling intra- and intergender issues. I am therefore assured that this workshop will also be insightful, impactful, and illuminating, as the topics and very eminent speakers have been carefully selected with a view to generating very robust discussions and the cross-fertilization of ideas. We look forward to your active participation as we deal with the pervasive challenge of the glass ceiling that hinders the advancement of women in leadership roles within the judiciary and the legal profession. Let us explore strategies to overcome the stereotypes and dismantle the glass ceiling.
Her thoughts are echoed by the Chief Judge of Abia State, Honorable Justice Lillian Abai.
This workshop is geared towards training and mentoring young women lawyers in handling the various challenges associated with work and health in aspiring to leadership positions in the legal profession. It is expected that this workshop will positively impact the lives of participants who have been drawn from the bar and the bench.
Participants are confident that the workshop will positively impact their lives and enhance their contribution to the bar and bench.
You're watching Newsroom on Channels Television. Up next, we'll bring you a story about a collaboration for disabled persons in Nigeria. Stay with us. Welcome back to Newsroom series. In a bid to ensure effectiveness and efficiency, the Senate says there's a proposal to amend the act setting up the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities to make it more participatory and viral. The chairman, Senate Committee on Capital Markets and Senator representing Imo West Senatorial District in Imo State, Osita Izunaso, disclosed this to journalists in Owerri, the Imo State capital, during a program organized to honor Nigerian Paralympics athletes who won medals during the last Paralympic Games in Paris. He says one of the provision in the proposed amendment wants the percentage of employment at all levels in Nigeria, both public and private, must be reserved for persons living with disabilities. Our correspondent, Eyitokpe Kutei, reports.
Indigents of Imo State, government officials, and members of the National Association of People Living with Disabilities in Imo State come together for a special event to honor Nigerian Paralympic athletes who won medals during the last Paralympic Games in Paris. The event, organized by the Chairman Senate Committee on Capital Markets, who represents Imo West Senatorial District, Osita Izunaso, also features free medical outreach and donations of financial assistance to members of the National Association of People Living with Disabilities.
They are here today to look at our persons with disability, give them free medical attention, free drugs, free surgery for those that need surgery.
There are goodwill messages from the governors of Imo and Yobe states given through their representatives.
Mr. Senator, thank you very much for keeping the flag flying. And for those of our brothers and sisters who have supported this program all the way, it is equally good to appreciate you. Thank you very much for supporting the senator.
If we can have a good number of public spirited individuals like our distinguished senator Osita, I think our society will be rid of beggars and destitutes.
Senator Izunaso Ixpe shades on the proposed amendment of the Act setting up the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, emphasizing the need to continue to celebrate and honor physically challenged persons who are making Nigeria proud as a way of encouraging them to achieve more.
In the National Assembly, we are trying to repeal the act that set up the Disability Commission. We want to make it more effective, we want to make it more varied, we want to make it more participatory. One of the provisions in the amendment that we're proposing, there are so many amendments, that's why it's a repeal, is that certain percentage of employment at all levels in Nigeria, both in the private sector, in the public, in the private sector or public sector, must be reserved for persons with disability. Look at the last outing at the Paris Olympics. We didn't get anything, but I got 7 medals, 2 gold, 3 bronze, 3 silver and 2 bronze. And we even broke the African record. So what I am saying is that these persons need to be supported, they need to be promoted, and I'm sure that that is the passion, that's the driving force, and that's where we're heading to.
Some of the Paralympic athletes, as well as beneficiaries of the medical outreach and financial support, share their thoughts about the event.
I was so happy that I am honored as a Paralympian, because it's not an easy task to be a Paralympian. So I'm so grateful and happy today.
They believe it highlights a unified call to empower individuals with disabilities, reinforcing their role as vital contributors to Nigeria's progress and resilience on both local and global stages. Eyitope Channels Television News.
The Ebonyi State government has procured medical equipment worth billions of naira for the general hospitals to boost healthcare delivery in the state. The State Commissioner for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Moses Ekoma, while taking delivery of the medical equipment in Abakaliki, the state capital, told Channels Television that the medical equipment will improve healthcare delivery services at the 13 general hospitals and other healthcare facilities across the state. Dr. Ekoma also disclosed that the state government has established Drugs and Medical Commodity Management Agency, adding that the funds have been approved for procurement of drugs, emphasizing that Governor Francis Wifuru is totally overhauling the health sector by recruiting qualified medical personnel while urging Ebonyi residents to take advantage of the improved healthcare facilities to seek medical attention promptly. The state government is expecting the arrival of magnetic resonance imaging MRI and computed tomography scan machines, which will significantly improve access to quality healthcare delivery in the state.
So what the government, under His Excellency, Right Honorable Builder Francis Ogbonawufu, plan to do in the health sector of Ebonyi State is encompassing. It wants to totally overhaul the system and improve the health status of Ebonyi. This is the 4th delivery we are taking, and this delivery consists of 8 40-feet containers containing mostly medical equipment, delivery beds, baby cots, and the examination couch and other equipment. So my message to all the residents of Ebonyi State is to visit our general hospital when the need arises. That they should avoid patronizing work. That the present government has done so much in the health sector.
Staying in Ebonyi State, the government has trained over 200 youths on agribusiness as part of its efforts to boost food security and youth development. Youths comprising 171 ward councillors and 29 others graduated from the 2024 Innovative and Integrative Agricultural Value Chains Agribusiness Training, where they were trained in the areas of poultry, fishery, rice production, among others. In a statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor Monday Uzo and obtained by Channels Television, Governor Francis Wifuru encouraged the participants to engage in large-scale farming to enhance their well-being. He observed that the training has equipped them with the operational skills to establish their own businesses, promising that the state government will offer the necessary assistance to them to put into practice knowledge they have acquired, as they will effectively be monitored. Staying in Ebonyi State, the State Police Command has paraded suspects involved in organ harvesting and ritual killings, among other crimes. While parading suspects at the State Police Headquarters in Abakaliki, the state's capital, the Police Public Relations Officer DSP Joshua Ukandu highlighted the successes recorded by the command. He noted that the command, under the leadership of CP Antonia Uche Anya, has employed strategic steps through increased engagement with stakeholders, which helps bring crime to the barest minimum, noting that the operatives of the command are not relenting in their efforts to ensure the safety and security of residents in the state. He stated that during the month under review, the command has arrested 177 suspects for various offenses, noting that the arrest of the syndicate involved in organ harvesting and ritual killings is a major breakthrough.
The command has employed strategic steps through increased stakeholder engagement to help bring crime to the barest minimum. Through this approach, we've been able to reduce the incidence of violent crimes while operatives of the command are not relenting in our effort to make the state safe for all. In the month under review, the command arrested 177 suspects for various offenses. 92 suspects have been charged to court, while others will be arraigned on the conclusion of investigations. Below is the summary of major achievements. Organ harvesting. On 11th October 2024, Blessing Chikezie formally reported to the command of her missing husband, Mr. Chikezie Idenyi, who left home on 14th September 2024 and told the lady that he's going for a business trip in Lagos. Command operatives, through painstaking investigation and credible intelligence, arrested one innocent Elebe, Eze Elechi, and Eze Elechi.
The Enugu State's Governor Peter Mba, has also flagged off the construction of the Ama-Umulokwa Road to open the economic corridors of the state. Speaking at the flag-off ceremony at Eke in Udi local government area, Mr. Mba noted that his administration has equally awarded the contract to make it possible for the people to travel seamlessly from Adani to Nsukka. The 44-kilometer road is expected to be completed in 3 months to ease human and vehicular activities in the area.
The governor arrives Eke in Udi local government area to flag off the 44-kilometer road connecting Udi to Uzo-Owani local government area. First, the people pledged their overwhelming support to the contractor, who reassured the governor and the people that the road would be of the best quality and would be delivered on target.
Your Excellency, we know that by the time you are done with Enugu State, all the naysayers will start saying the different thing. Thank you, Your Excellency, for being in our midst, and we're happy to receive you. On our part, as the council, we're going to give the contractors and all those that are going to handle this project all the maximum support to make sure that these projects are completed in record time.
The topography of Udi is such that it's susceptible to erosion, but the government says it has worked out a design with adequate measures to checkmate it.
The scope of the road includes clarification of all the field portion, sub-base of 150 mm and stone base of 150 mm. One unique thing about this road is that both the shoulder of 1.5 meters and the carriageway of 7.3 meters will be asphalted. We are not doing surface dressing on the shoulders. Everything is asphalted from drain to drain.
As the governor cuts the tape, He speaks on the importance of the project and its interconnectivity.
So what you essentially have is a circle which you can travel in less than 1 hour. You would be able to go from east to west and then to north. And that way we can open up a lot of economic activities. And also, of course, you know our people are farmers, and we're right now trying to scale our agriculture to an industrial level. And in order to do that, we must have zero tolerance to post-harvest losses. And so the only thing that helps us solve that is making sure that we have access to our farmland.
The project, with a 3-month completion plan, is expected to foster socio-economic prosperity and cut travel time and manpower wastage.
And that's where we drop the anchor on this edition of Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu.